Morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, good mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. So it looks like that GJ move happened during the Asian session.
Yeah, all the way up.
Yeah. Then we had another push at 7 a.m.
I'm actually in now trying to get this wick fill.
Oh, you got in?
Yeah, on the close.
Where was your entry?
Entry was at 865. I just got in on the close of the 30 minute. Trying to get this push up.
865.
Oh, wait, no, it's not. Wait, that's my. Where is it? Trying to see. I've got this thing blocked. Oh, 591, actually.
5959. Okay. Yeah, I think as long as this 15-minute candle closes bullish above this next range, then we have a clean range to fill up to 139.780.
I've just seen this a few times where like it leaves a wick and then it pushes up through the range above the area.
Yeah, definitely. I think if this 15-minute candle closes bullish, then we have a clean 15 pip range. But I wasn't really expecting to wake up to see a lot of the move had been already completed, I must admit.
I must stop below the current 30-minute low as well. So just expecting it to push up now.
Yes. I think as long as the 15-minute candle closes above this area, then the trade's still valid. Morning, everyone in the YouTube. Possible wick fill on 15-minute at support. Yeah, I think if price is going to fill this wick, it's either going to, just continue to fill it, push up in 7 minutes, or this candle's going to close, strong above the range, and then it grants way for the next candle to continue. Something I'm looking for myself. So I suppose now that let's go to the daily time frame, because now that GJ's at this daily resistance level, I mean, if we do start to break above, maybe we're going to come up and fill the wick at 14300. Looking on the 4 hour. Okay, looking on the 1 hour time frame, we also have further clean traffic coming up to 139, 930, somewhere like that. Let's look at that range is around another 15 pip range. So we have another 15 pip range there from the 30-minute time frame as well. Sorry, that's the 1 hour time frame. Let's go to the 30-minute. Yeah, 30-minute time frame as well. So, so yeah, and then if we break above 139.935, then we have further clean candles coming up to 140, 150. But yeah, it does feel like there's some heavy bullish momentum. So yeah, We'll see. What's the current candle? About 7-8 pips. Yeah, it'd be nice if it can close as it is, because then if it does pave way for the next one to continue moving bullish, fill the wick and then continue up. But I'm in no trades so far. Yeah, it is freezing, man. Tell you. Okay. So it looks like the candle's pushing up to fill the wick now. Obviously, if it closes like a strong bullish, it's still gonna be pretty good for price to continue moving up. But I mean, it can just run.
Are you looking to get in on the 15-minute if it closes like it is?
Potentially. I mean, yeah, it needs to close above this range. Obviously, if it closes somewhere up over here, I'm not going to have enough range because we have a resistance about 13 pips away. So yeah, I'd rather it pull back, or even, you know, I mean, at worst case scenario, because we have one more 15-minute candle before London Open, you know, don't want to get caught in a pullback. Depending on how it closes, may need to wait for like a support to form, but oh yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna do that now. Looks like it's just gonna keep on going. So yeah, GJ looks like it's gonna continue bullish. Bullish.
Yeah, I've closed some at 10 pips, just got a runner now.
Nice.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, nice.
I was a bit sceptical because I knew there was that area to the left, but I thought I've seen these wick fills happen quite often.
Yeah, these are just pullbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, when I first woke up, price was over here, and this candle was just coming up to break the high, and I was thinking probably not the best idea to do that from my phone while, you know, we're in a range.
I know. Yeah, I was looking at it too. Like, I was seeing candles not able to close really below like 460, and then the 4 hours started flipping. But I was like, not enough confirmation.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Yeah, and then it just had some big push. Morning. Yeah, looks like it's just going to continue. Yeah. Either way, you know, price is going to make its high. You know, we've got the whole live stream. Price will make a high. It will retrace, and then we can look to take buys to retest the high. But right now, I think it's really difficult to take a trade for me. There's not enough range at the moment. Hui. Yeah, I mean, the only way I could take a buy, I think, is if the next candle kind of wicks down a little bit so I can get a better entry point and then a larger range. I think if that happens, then, like, based on that, I would execute. Yeah, based on that, I would execute, but not from the close of this candle because the range is just not big enough. I think it would need to come down, like, around 139,635 for me to take a buy so I can get a better range. Because then that will be around a 15 pip range and a 7 pip stop. And then that allows for, if price comes down to this area here, but needs to create some further support to continue further bullish before London Open, but we'll see. Yes, we'll see. Yeah, if it comes down to like 139, 630, 635, then there's just enough range to take a buy. .30-minute candle still open as well. It's probably going to continue bullish, to be fair. Yeah, I'd want this candle to come deeper. So it is on its way to being able for me to take a buy entry. There we go. So I actually did get a buy entry right over here. So we've got 12 minutes to London Open. This could be the pullback candle, right? But the difference is all we need it to do is to stay above 139, 610 for price to continue moving bullish. So yeah, could we take this move based on 5 minute? Well, that's up to you. That's completely up to you. But if you look on the 5 minute, because it's broken the low, this candle, if it flips bullish, would be like a liquidity grab. We do have to be cautious because 10 minutes before London Open, this could be the pullback candle. So what I'm expecting is either we're going to get the push to fill the range, right, or this candle's going to close bearish. It's going to close above this range, right, and then it allows us to manage the trade, wait for a support. But this candle could be doing a retest to continue up because the overall 30-minute is still open. And it's got around 10 minutes left to close. And so we'll see. We'll see. I'm flicking too low time frame to see if support is created to move stop loss once open the position on the 15/30 minute. Yeah, I think you're gonna need to look for some form of support on the. Well, yeah, I mean, I think you need to either see a support on the 5 minute or a candle break this previous 5 minute candle high is gonna be a good. But then you're not gonna have enough range. I think just, see how the candle closes, because you can just manage risk based on the candle close. But if this 5 minute comes up and breaks the high of the previous 5 minute candle, then I think we're gonna continue from that point. Yeah, once this 15 minute candle flips bullish, we should, at that point, continue moving up. Yeah, if this candle flips, then we should be off to the races. Come on, GJ. There we go. Should be flipping bullish now. So if you look on the 5 minute time frame, 5 minute candle's broken the high of the previous 5 minute. Should continue up for the wick, and then if not, it's closing bullish, creating support. So we're starting to see confluences form on the smaller time frame. GJ always seems to push 5 minutes before our close. Yeah, I think sometimes it does. It either moves or it pulls back. Either has a push or it can pull back. But in this situation, I think based on how we're setting up, I'd like to say that we are gonna continue. Yeah, I think it should be good. It's got 6 minutes left. And, if we look at how strong the previous 15-minute candle closed, it closed above the range. I don't see why. I don't see why it wouldn't continue bullish. But we're going to manage the trade. Let's say, for example, the candle closes like a really weak bearish like this, then with London Open, we may just break the high and continue. So I think if it closes like a weak bearish, I may still leave the full position. But if it closes like a strong bearish candle, then at that point, I'll need to reduce risk. Oh, 5 minute. Look at that 5 minute flip. What's going on, mate? Oh, 5 minute. Yeah, I don't think it's good to focus on the 5 minute. So how did that 5-minute candle close? Oh, it closed at bearish. It closed a strong bearish candle. Interesting. Yeah, we need a big push for the 5-minute candle now. But that could, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Wait for the candle to close anyways. So we're coming into the final 4 minutes. You know, I think overall, if we look at the 30-minute too, you know, the 30-minute time frame needs to close above this range. You know, this is a range. It needs to close above for price to continue up. We have clean candles to the left-hand side, right? So, I mean, at worst way, the overall 30-minute candle is going to close above this area. The next one's going to wick down, gives us a chance to maybe wait for some support to form, something like that, and then, you know, continue bullish. But just going to wait to see how the 15-minute candle closes. What I'm hoping is it will close like a weak 15-minute bearish. Because we're really expecting London Open to, you know, take us further bullish. Well, I'm expecting. But it may need to do like a deeper retest, you know, before continuing up. But it is coming down. So we'll see. It just needs to stay above this area. And then the buys are still valid at that point. But they just get a lot harder for sure. So we'll see. 2 minutes. Oh, look at this 5-minute candle. Certainly pulling back now. It may even be the 30-minute does not close above. 30-minute is retracing a lot. Okay. A little bit more waiting. Yeah, moving a bit. I think this is a pullback, you know, before London Open. But I wasn't really expecting this 30-minute to, you know, continue pushing over here. But that's okay. We've got a minute left. Anything can happen in a minute. Yeah, we just need the overall 30-minute to close bullish above this area. It's going to be really important. Last. It's really struggling here. Last 20 seconds. Looks like the 30-minute candle's closing below. Yes, we need it to close above this area. Okay, so the 15-minute candle came to a close right over there. So that was the point that I closed 50% of the position as the 15-minute candle closed bearish. So if you look at the overall 30-minute candle just kind of closed. Yeah, I mean, it did close above this previous support here to the left. So I think leaving the other 50% is going to be okay, as long as we respect the low of the previous candle. That's what I want to see. Us respect the low of the previous 15-minute candle for price to continue moving bullish.
It's just interesting how the 30-minute couldn't break the previous high.
Yeah, I mean, that 30-minute closed, very weak considering the volume that we had. So I was really expecting this candle to flip bullish. I've seen this happen many a times. That's why partly the entry was taken. But yeah, I mean, we'll see if this other 50% can continue. At least if we get a further support formed here, then I'm going to feel a lot more confident to maybe add to the position. And looks like London Open, there's no volume, it would seem.
So much volume during Asian that just slowed down.
Yeah. Ooh, just broke the low there, but if it comes down again, I'm gonna close out. Did that a little bit too quick. Yeah, there we go. I closed out of the position once we broke the low of the previous 15-minute candle. So overall, I think it was like, let me check. So around 3 pip loss. 3 pip loss. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the first 15-minute candle to close, and then we'll wait. If it breaks the low now and then continues. The move happened an hour ago. You have the chance to get 10 pips on 5-minute chart. Well, I don't trade the 5-minute chart, and the move happened in the Asian session, right? This push was just a push at 7 a.m. And what happens is when there's a push at 7 a.m., there's usually a pullback. This was the pullback candle, right? Then we had further support formed and further closing above key level. So price should have continued moving bullish. So it just so happened that we had another pullback candle, but then that's perfectly fine. So now I'm going to wait for at least this 15-minute candle to close. If it can close bullish, right, then, the buys are valid for price to continue up. We're in an uptrend. Looks like GJ's moving up over here. Ooh. Yeah, I actually re-entered on buys right over here. I know I said I'd wait till the candle to close, but yeah, it should continue moving bullish now.
Yeah, it's a good shout, that is.
Yeah, once I saw it was breaking its own high, I was like, yeah, okay, this is gonna move now. That was just a pullback. So yeah, I'm gonna secure everything up at 139,780, and then maybe let like a portion run. But yeah, at least secure back, you know, the loss. But yeah, now at this point it should continue bullish. It's come up to fill the wicks, and this 30-minute should just continue. It's taking a little breather there, and then it's gonna continue pushing up now. I think that London Open, oh, look at that. Oh, damn it. There we go.
Wow. Nice.
That moved so quick.
Did you secure?
Yeah, I got out at like 6-7 pips because it moved so quick.
Just
Oh
went.
my god, that moved so quick.
A bit like yesterday as well.
Yeah, that moved so quick. That was ridiculous. I didn't even get a split second to think then. It just moved up and then came back down, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm getting out. Yeah. Well, that was the quickest move. That was the quickest loss I've ever made back. So what was that? 8 pips? 7 pips? Yeah, done around 6 pips. 6-7 pips. Happened way too quick. That happened way too quick. Man, I should have had a TP set. It would just hit my TP at like 10 pips, and then I would have been out. Well, at least I secured back the loss. And there you go. So now our job is to wait for price to make a high, and then see if we can, yeah. But that happened super quick. That was ridiculously quick. Okay, so yeah, just secure back the loss, which is good. Bit of profit there. So not bad. So now I'm back up about 100 and something for the day, which is pretty good. Not bad at all. But yeah, a little bit, it wasn't panic, but it pushed up to TP, and the first trade I actually had the TP set, just in case, you know, price just moves erratically like that. And then, yeah, so when it was up about 6 pips, it hit the TP, but obviously I didn't have it, and then as it was retracing, I quickly closed out. But yeah, that was crazy move. How's it going, Ron? Yeah, good. Right, let's add this in. Well, at least secured back the loss. That is the yes. So there we go. Oh, look at this retracement now, though, man. That's crazy. That's mad. One thing I have noticed that impulse trades are tough at a strong support resistance level. I don't know. I think a lot of impulse trades work at strong support resistance levels, because what we find is when it comes to support strong levels is when it's a strong level and price is going to break that, it's going to require a lot of volume, right? So usually there's a big breakout. Now the only way you can either catch big breakouts is, you know, a impulse entry, a buy stop, sell stop. So yeah, I'd say that you just need to be more cautious, or you need to see it happen more. But that was difficult. I mean, this candle was clearly the pullback candle, right? Because, you know, it closed bearish. The next one just went super bullish. Even broke the low again at London Open. So something I'm going to keep an eye on, because that's the second day in a row. It's broken the low at London Open, but then continued where we've anticipated it to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a record, right? And then if I say I look at my trades in a week, and let's say out of 4 trades that were taken at London Open, 3 break the low and continue, it makes no sense to break to close positions if, you know, I see over a few months time that more trades go into the anticipated direction with the London Open. So it's something I'm going to keep an eye on. But if this is rejection, wow. I mean, personally, I think if people wait for the first 15-minute candle to close, this 15-minute, and it closes bullish, who knows, it may even come up and fill its own wick. But this is what we're dealing with now. We're at support. So yes. Anyway, let's break down a couple of other pairs now. Focused on GJ here for a minute. Looking at gold. Oh, looks like gold did continue bullish last night or this morning. So looking at the daily time frame on gold, maybe it can retrace back up to 1805 390. This is the area where it broke out of beforehand, so it can retrace to this area. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, yeah, looks like the 4-hour is trying to close above everything. So 4-hour can continue bullish. 1-hour time frame. Yeah, 1-hour time frame. 1-hour created like a support right over here for gold to continue moving up. 30-minute time frame. Yeah, nothing stopping it. Got clean traffic to the left. So we'll see for gold. We'll see. So yeah. Oh yeah, it looks like GJ is reversing there for someone who just put that in there. Pierre. Yeah, it looks like it is reversing. But yeah, as long as it stays above 139.580, I mean, it's going to continue bullish. And price has made a high right now. So even if it does retrace, I mean, if it retraces back to 139.450 and it creates support again, I mean, I don't know. But it does pave way that, I mean, if we're going to correct this move, let's say this move is going to get corrected bullish, right? Then, you know, we have a clean range below 139.450, which is a 20 pip range. So yeah, gold should continue moving up. US 30. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame on US 30. Let's clear this for a minute. So it looks like it tapped into a resistance over here on the 4-hour. Looking at the 1-hour time frame. Yeah, looks like it's trying to close below this weak support that it created right over here. and maybe it's going to retrace back to this area here that it broke out of beforehand in the Asian session. Looking on the 30-minute, yeah, maybe it's going to come back to this area here. So yeah, we'll wait on US 30 there. GJ 15-minute closed bearish. So yeah, I think we're going to need some support, something to be created, because the overall 30-minute is still open. Whew. Yeah. Gold set me up for the week this morning. Nice. Yeah, very nice. Right, GCAD. GCAD done the same thing. Moved bullish. 4 hour. 4 hours got some kind of resistance. Previous area here to the left hand side. It's trying to close above. If it can continue moving up. It's got resistance. Oh. A resistance up over here. Around 1.73900. 1 hour time frame. Looking on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, we've got like an area here to the left hand side. Very difficult because it's very messy. Let's go to the 30-minute. Yeah, 30-minute makes a little bit more sense. Maybe we're going to bring this up over here because we have a lot of wicks in this area. You know, we reverse from this zone. So, yeah, I think GCAD's trying to move up. It needs to stay above this zone. But it looks like it already came up and tapped into where I would say that, you know, the first target is. So as long as it closes above, typically GCAD will fill the wick if it can do that sustainably. So very nice. GCAD there. We also have a support over here, which is where GCAD moved bullish from. So we have to take that into consideration. Oh, GJ's dropping actually. I'm witnessing this. Wow, looks like a huge liquidity grab or something over here. Maybe the 4 hour needs to leave a wick, or don't know. 1 hour retest maybe. Yeah, we'll see. I think it's too early to call a complete correction, because the complete correction will be once you break 139.450. Hey mate, good stream. I've been trading the same strategy from Winston Live for a year now. Happy to see similar styles across the board. Thank you very much, Joey. Appreciate that. So yeah. GCAD come back down to the area now. Let's look at Euro JPY. Oh, looks like Euro JPY is just ranging. Looks like the daily candle did try to come up to fill the wick though. See if it can continue further on. 4 hour created support. Right over here. We had a resistance. Looks like price is rejecting this resistance. This high that was created yesterday. 1 hour time frame. Yeah, 1 hour just kind of ranging right now. We can see that, yeah, it's just ranging a little bit here. But I think the sentiment is still bullish. Yeah, so I think you need to wait for price to break out here. But you see, if this 30-minute candle closes weak on EJ, closes really weak, then the next one, as it breaks the high, may continue moving bullish to 125.050. Right, which is about a 17, 18 pip range. And again, the way that GJ is setting up now, I think if the 30-minute candle closes above this area in 10 minutes time, and we start to see support forming here again, like for example, let's say this candle closes a weak 15-minute candle like this, right? And as the next one breaks the high, right, we have clean traffic to the left, we have a high to retest, but we need to wait to see how and where we close. GJ may correct around 139.400. 139,400. Yeah, it needs to obviously break the support first. So the first thing that needs to happen, it needs to close below 139,580, and then it needs to break 139,450 for price to continue moving down. But yes. Was level 139,760 important? Yes, because when we look left, this is the top of a range. Let's go to the 30-minute. This was the top of a range that we had. So this was a range. Price came up, did a fake out, closed back in the range, re-established resistance to continue down. So this is this range is, yeah, it's very important. So yes. Hi, will you consider buys on GJ when the current 15-minute candle closes bullish above 139,600? Yeah, I think a support formed above this area is going to be good, but I do want to wait the 9 minutes. Yeah, I mean, a support is going to be good, because then it gives the full range an opportunity again. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see, because the 30-minute needs to close, so I can kind of judge that when I come to it. But I highly doubt this 15-minute candle is going to do the whole move in 8 minutes. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I do think a strong 15-minute candle close, like something like this, is going to be good. 8-9 pip stop, 15 pip trade. Looking at the overall 30-minute, I mean, it looks very messy. So that's the only thing I'm not trusting right now. But, I mean, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I think if it's establishing support further, you know, then that's good. Right? Because when price makes a high, we may not have had the volume or the liquidity, you know, to continue further than that. So if we create support here again, there's a higher chance we're going to continue up. I really wish I had my TP, because this was up around 8, 9, but nearly 10 pips, and I didn't get to secure because it moved so fast. But I got 7 pips, which is not bad, but still, I'd much rather have obviously a proper win. But that's okay. At least in profit for the day. But the day's not over yet, so we'll see. But that was the first time, I'll be completely honest, that was the first time that I felt confident to execute on an open candle. In the terms of, you know, I know when this one was open when I executed, but what I mean is because I'm going based off this previous bullish candle, right? Yeah, so it's way more risky to take a buy. This is probably the riskiest type of trade, is to take a buy while a candle's still open and the previous candle closed against you. Now, this is the first time I had the confidence to execute, because something I'm seeing happen a lot is these liquidity grabs right on London Open, and then price just flying up. So as the candle flipped bullish, I then started to realize, okay, well then, as soon as we break the high, we're going to continue up. But I can't take an entry at the break of the high. So as long as it does break the high, the trade is still valid, right? And it just so happened that it did have a little bit of a delayed push. I mean, if we look on the 5-minute, it was this 5-minute candle that was the pusher. And then this candle came up to do the liquidity grab. So yeah. I had a TP set for the first trade, didn't reach it, and then obviously the second trade it hit TP, and then it retraced a bit, and then I was like, "Oh, I missed the close there because it happened so quick." If anything, I thought it was gonna keep on going. That's what I thought, to be honest. Maybe that's why I was a little bit hesitant, because I was like, "Oh, go on." I thought it was a bit of news or something coming out, but yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to post the results on my story now. Transparency and that. Oh, looks like that 15-minute candle is trying to go bullish. Looks like the overall 30-minute also. If this 30-minute candle closes bullish and that 15 also closes, yeah, then I think this wick's more than likely going to get filled. More than likely. If support is created, will you get it? If it's maybe I don't know. If it's a strong candle, then I think it's gonna work. I think a strong candle is gonna work. Just what I'm thinking is, you know, there's no really place to reduce risk right now.
And then there is that mini resistance on the 15-minute. You'd have to expect that to break.
Yeah, that's true. There's the high that was actually created. Yeah, because this is only like 5 pips away, you see. But then if it breaks it, then you could argue like, yeah, perfect. But I wouldn't be surprised if it actually keeps on going, to be honest. Because this 30-minute candle surely needs to close stronger than that. Yeah, I think if it closes like really weak like this, I don't think I'm going to take it. Just based off the 30-minute, not the 15-minute. Because if you look at the 30-minute candle, if it closes like this, it's like a nothing candle. You know, came all the way up, came all the way down. But if it closes a stronger body, but then that's the issue, isn't it? Because if it closes a stronger body, then the stop's going to be slightly larger. Yeah, it's a bit tough. Yeah, it's a bit tough. I'll need to judge it as we're coming to a close. I think that's the best thing. Because, yeah, it looks like it's on its way up over here. Yeah, I thought there was no way it's going to close down over here. What's your favourite pairs for London and New York? GJ is my favourite pair. And then... probably EJ second. Just moves the nicest compared to the other pairs. Like, if you want to get hurt, trade gold. US 30 is just tough. FTSE, just difficult again. GJ's moving up. GCAD, very tough also. Yeah, GCAD should fill the wick fill. Yeah, GJ's pushing now. With a minute left to go. Yeah, looks like we're not even going to get the entry anyway for people looking for buys. Because stop's going to be too big. I'd much rather wait for it to really properly make a high. Like on the 30-minute. You know, like see some clear rejection. Some form of retrace. You know, some strong 30-minute candle presenting a support is probably going to be my next trade if I'm going to take a third trade. Try and secure more bag. Yeah, gold. Yeah, gold you need extra confirmation. You are right, my friend. And there goes GJ, my friends. .30-minute. Yeah, the next one should definitely continue moving bullish. Because if you look on the 30-minute time frame, this is the example of a liquidity grab. 30-minute breaks the low, right? And then continues moving bullish. That is a liquidity grab. Okay, but I don't think there's enough range to take buys here at this point. Because look at the stop. Stop's 14 pips for 9, 10 pip reward. You got in at 650. Stop's going to be better, right? Yeah, I think... Yeah, you just got enough range there, my friend. But now this candle closed bullish. Yeah, I would really expect this candle to continue up. In fact, it's probably going to be one of those bullish candles that just comes up with no bottom wick, fills the wick, something like that. Seen this structure too many times. But yeah. No buys for me. No buys for me. You know, I think we all know GJ's going to continue up, but you have to stay true to your plan, you know. So, yeah, I think this candle should just continue pushing. I personally, now that it's, you know, moving so high up already, I wouldn't be expecting it to reverse, to be honest. I think it's just going to continue pushing. Beginning of the 30-minute, yeah, I think it's just going to continue. Just has that momentum. 1 hour time frame. Yeah, I mean, I think even if we create some support above 139 800, that's also going to be another good opportunity to take buys.
I was actually looking at another reason for my trade this morning was because yesterday the exact same candle between 7 and half 7 kind of pushed up to a resistance and then left the wick, and the wick got filled. Where was it?
Over here.
Yeah.
7.
Where was it? It's on the 30-minute.
On the 30-minute.
Yeah.
Bear with me. This one?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, that got filled, yeah. Yeah, I see that. But you see, when I go back to it, you see this was the London Open candle, how it broke the low and then continued.
Yeah. That's what we got caught out yesterday.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. Obviously, I'm still going to be, reducing risk, but I can't not do that yet because, you know, it's something that needs to be looked at over a longer period of time. Like if we know that entries before London Open are more likely to break the low and then continue, then obviously you have to accept it's just basically a riskier entry, because if it does break the low, it can hit full stop loss because you're not willing to reduce risk. So
yeah, it's funny because each week you have these like patterns that keep occurring, but then the next week they'll change.
Yeah, you just need to be adaptive.
Yeah.
There we go, GJ. So people in buys should be good at this point. This counter should just continue to fill the wick and then see. But I don't think the day's over with GJ, to be honest, because we're at the daily level, right? But, you know, if price is going to be creating supports, you know, above this zone, then I think the daily can continue further on. Yeah, I mean, we corrected the whole move down that got corrected from the whole move up. Makes sense, but we'll see. But yeah, like I said, candle, no wick to the bottom, will come up and fill. Seen that one too many a times. But this candle, just no place for entry, really. I think 5-minute time frame can be used when the movements are faster, right? Well, I mean, look, how many times out of 10 is that gonna work? So yeah, I mean, even the first 5-minute candle just went straight up, so I don't even think that's even a place for an entry point, because you couldn't even get in. The first 5 minutes just went. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go make a drink in a minute, because I think at the moment GJ's just going to do its thing. We've got to let it do its thing. I think if I'm going to look for more buys, or, you know, some form of third trade, I want to see if potentially, we're either going to reject this area, retrace and establish some 30-minute support here, because this is the daily area now. We're entering the daily area. So this whole zone is above the daily resistance. So I think if we can establish some support again, or an actual retracement, on the 30-minute, and establish like a high, then that's the point at which I'd be looking to retest the high. But right now, price is making its high. So yeah, because if you look on the daily time frame, anywhere above basically 139.650 is daily support. So I think what we're gonna find is that now that we're at the top of these wicks, because remember, candles move the same on all time frames. So when we look at a 30-minute or a 15-minute, when it enters an area of wicks or some resistance, it usually pulls back a bit. It will pull back, and then it will establish some further support to continue further up. So I think that's something that we could see today. But if we do, that would be really good. That'd be great. So yeah, we're entering into this area on the daily time frame, these wicks. So once we establish some support and move further on, maybe New York, NYSE, so that's going to be the point that we could, potentially rip through this zone, establish more support, and then continue further on. But remember, we're only in the London session. So we had the Asian session, which came up, would have had some pullback, around the daily wick fill. And then as it's come up to this new area here, we've tapped into this zone, and then we could retrace a bit, right? We could retrace a bit and then continue further on throughout the day. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm going to go make a drink. I'm going to leave some music just so I know it's not board deaf. Let's quickly check out the other pairs over here. But yeah, I hope people secure positions in buys there. I really hope they did. So gold should be continuing bullish slowly trying to continue bullish. Obviously there's nothing to the left. It's clean traffic to the left, but I mean, yeah, it may need to retrace, create support. US 30 trying to break up, actually. US 30 trying to break up. GCAD also, I think, did it come to fill the wick? 15-minute candle. Okay, trying to retrace a little bit. Euro JPY, EJ just still ranging right now. EJ is still ranging. EJ cells look super clean too. It's got clean traffic to the left hand side. 25 pips away. So that's pretty good. FTSE, yeah, FTSE trying to break bullish now. FTSE's moving. FTSE is moving. Oh, quick question. Let's have a little stream poll. You ready? Stream poll, guys. So let's have a yes, a Y for a yes, N for a no. Who would be getting a COVID-19 vaccine? I'll leave that one with you guys. Let me know which ones of you will be or wouldn't be getting one. Or maybe it's going to be mandatory. Well, I hope not, because we are supposed to live in a free society. So I definitely would be saying that I don't think that's right. But yeah, who's going to get one? Maybe people actually need one, but obviously I know some people may feel like that's what an immune system's for. Yeah, I'm a no, to be honest with you. I don't feel like I need a vaccine for something that my immune system can beat itself. But hey, we may have to. We may have to. What about you, Kelsey? What are you thinking? If he's still there. No, I think he's gone. Oh, look at GJ now. Be back in a minute. Yeah. See, I just think with a vaccine, like, yeah, like flu shots, they make you feel sick. Yeah, I mean, I had flu jabs, and I still get, it's like, actually, just to say one thing, right? This is just my opinion, like, but does anyone else find it really strange? I mean, I mean, there's been a lot of coincidences this year, and I'm not even trying to get into my own little conspiracy theories, but we still don't even have a cure, or no, I'm not going to say a cure, but I'm going to say we still don't have a vaccine for the common cold, but a virus that came around, they get a vaccine within a year. I mean, does that make sense? Like, we've had the common cold since probably human existence. You might have probably, you would have thought after all the years, they would have had I mean, I don't know. Just a thought. I reckon they'll make the vaccine mandatory for flying, like they won't let you fly in or out of the country without one, but not if you're staying in the country. Yeah, but see, like, how can they make that mandatory? Like, how can they force that upon to people? Like, we live in a free society. Like, they don't do that with the flu, and the flu still kills people every year. It's not mandatory to have a flu jab. So I don't think, like, I think that would be crazy. If they actually try and make, like, say it's mandatory, then I would hope people would actually, like, say, like, that is not, I'd certainly sign one of those petition things. At the end of the day, we do live in a free society, and I mean, if someone doesn't want to take a vaccine, like, isn't that, at their own risk? Like, isn't that the whole saying? Trading is done at your own risk, flying is done at your own risk. We're adults, we make our own decisions. So I think that would be super wrong for them to do that, to be honest. That's what we have an immune system for. Just keep your immune system strong. I think that's the focus. So yeah, I think GJ is just ranging, kind of rejecting 130, 139, 800, 139, 780 now. So maybe it's going to need to establish some further support because, price made high right now. So I'll be interested to see if it will fall back to 139, 450, and then we'll see where we go from there. But yeah, just going to wait and see how we get on here. Yeah, I got out GJ as soon as I seen the doji on the 1 minute. Oh, I mean, yeah, I think the 1 minute of extremely weak confirmation time frame for a doji. Like, it could just continue wherever it wants. But I mean, yeah, if that got you out of the trade, then I suppose that's still good. I agree with you, it's mad, but I reckon it's what they will do. Oh yeah, of course it's what they're gonna do, because we're all told to stay at home, right? We're all told to wear this on this, all told to do this at this time, or you can't go out past 10 o'clock, do this. So they've already done, in terms of freedom, we've already had our freedoms taken away. I can't go on a bus without having this. Think about that. You have to have this. It's mandatory now. There's all these mandatory. You can't meet up with a friend. That's illegal. You can't do this. So they've pushed the boundaries already, in the name of obviously at the start I was I completely agreed. Like, of course, we don't want, this is a health situation. But now, like, after they know all of the stuff about it, and we actually read up about all the statistics and stuff, like, what difference does it make? If someone who couldn't die has the vaccine, that's for them, right? That's to protect them. Someone who may not die or doesn't want to have it because he wants to fight it, or she wants to fight it with her immune system, right? That is up to them. We are individuals. So I think it's probably gonna get worse, especially if people don't speak up now. I mean, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go and make my drink. I'll be back in a minute. So yeah, looking at the 15-minute candle, it closed bearish. It's just kind of ranging now at around 139,680. So I think this level must be some form of strong level because, yeah, this zone. So it may need to retrace a bit. But anyway, gold is just slowly pushing up. 15-minute creating support. But yeah, we'll focus on GJ here for a minute. Zoom in, zoom. Oh, well, we got two. I think I moved that back. Okay, there we go. Okay, alright, I'll be back in a minute, guys. You know what? I forgot to leave you lot with some music. Bear with me. Oh, this app has been retired. Oh, what's this? Oh, they got a new one. I can't bother to log in. Okay, sorry, you have to go without music. Be back in a sec. Sorry about that, guys. Girls and guys. Okay, so looking at GJ, looks like the 15-minute candle created some support there. Overall, 30-minute candle though did close bearish. Maybe it's going to be one of those, comes up, breaks the high, and then continues moving up. But to be honest with you, I'd rather see a retracement. So gold is still pushing bullish. Possible if it creates support at 139, 520, 30-minute time frame, then continues up. 520. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so. But yeah, 15-minute time frame looks super messy. Plus, we have this area here too, 139, 570. Seems to be a hard area. Yeah. I think it's gonna need to be wait for like a 30-minute support to form. I think it's gonna be the only viable option to take a buy, really. Looks like Euro JPY is trying to break up over here. It does have like a minor resistance on the 15-minute, but it should be good to break up since we've created support on the 30-minute at resistance. Current 30-minute candle has broken the high. So this is a really good entry style. You know, when we create a support at resistance and then the next one, you know, breaks the high or whatever, then, you know, price can continue up. So we have a clean 15 pip range to 125.050. So we'll see if EJ can continue bullish. For those of you who trade EJ. GCAD. So I tried to create some support on the 15-minute time frame. Current 15-minute candle's open. So we'll see. Looks like the FTSE pushed. Let's see if we got any news here today. See what news is today. Oh, we actually have some PMI news coming in at 9:30 as well. So what they're expecting same. So we'll see if that comes out negative. I think that's gonna have like an initial impact for GBP, or you know, if it's better than expected. Oh, thanks for the subscription there, appreciate that. It's a good point. I hadn't actually reminded people today. Remember, guys, to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm gonna be doing a Magic Keys giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, getting closer every day, closer and closer. What am I at now? I think I'm nearly 900, which is fantastic. Yeah, 894. So please, guys, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I do really appreciate that. So yeah, once I hit 1K, it's another milestone. Yeah, it's another milestone completed. So when I get to 1K, you know, it's gonna be good. Looks like the 4 hours rejecting this area currently, but remember we've got 53 minutes to the 4 hour to close. So yeah, guys, if you want to become the potential winner of a free Magic Keys, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. And if you could share, like the stream, anything like that, everything goes appreciated. I know there's a few people that always like the stream, and those are the people. I have a big shout out to those people there. Obviously I can't see who's liked it, but I know that, yeah, I know there's some good people out there. Looks like GJ's coming down. But remember, guys, price has made a high right now. Price has made a high, so it's perfectly fine. Looks like we're gonna break the support here to the left. Oh, sorry about that. I had to sneeze. It's not even summer anymore. Not even summer anymore. So yeah, I think price is just ranging right now. We have a little minor resistance here on the 15-minute time frame. We have a support over here. So GJ is just ranging right now. So we can't really do anything while GJ's ranging. So gold looks like it should continue moving up. Thanks, folk. Yep. Appreciate that. Ooh, GCAD coming back in the range. US 30 though closed above resistance on the 1 hour time frame, right? So it's closing above on the 1 hour time frame. So we'll see if the next 1 hour candle what it can do. Yeah, weather's grim. It's freezing. Come into this cabin every morning and it's like, it's just freezing. It's nasty. Ooh, GJ's dropping right now. GJ's dropping. Ping, ping. I think we're gonna... Yeah, we'll leave this zone for a minute because it hasn't quite closed below. But once we break this support is invalid. You know, for buyers, this area here is invalid. It's no longer a support. Is AUD USD a pair you look at, mate? No, I don't trade AUD USD. No, I've looked at it once, but no, I don't trade it. These are just the pairs that I look at and trade. Bro came like Hagrid. Yeah. Yes, I'm like Hagrid. I just got a little like a little cabin in the back garden because not enough room in my house for like the desk set up. So yeah, I've got enough room out here. It's quiet, just me. So I like it. I prefer it. Yeah, I prefer it. At night is perfect, nice and quiet. You know, get to work in complete peace. So we had some positive news there for the euro. So EJ should continue. Oh, look at that, nasty. Yeah, just ranging now. EJ should have moved bullish, but back in the range it would seem. Do we have any else? Nope. I think GJ is dropping right now. Yeah, looks like GJ is coming down. 30 minutes, still got like 16 minutes left. 15-minute candle's coming to a close. Okay, 4 hours got like 45 minutes left. If the 4 hour flips bearish, oh yeah, I suppose it may need to do a retest of 139.250. Because if you think about it, this was the area. In fact, yeah, it may need to do that. May. Based on the higher time frames. Because this is a zone. Right here. This is a zone. Right? So we had support forming on the 4 hour time frame here and over here, right, to continue price bullish, you know, to create this high that we created up over here. Now when we retraced, we formed resistance here, right, for price to continue down. We also came back to this area, we formed resistance here again. So now we've broken out again, so it may actually need to retrace back to this 4 hour zone, right, to establish some support, because this was a previous support, which we can see from, you know, the left hand side, right? So we may need to form support in this area here again for price to continue up. So maybe, you know, pre-New York's going to push us down, do that retracement, and then NY London close is going to continue us up for the day. So I think that's something that could potentially happen. I mean, we need some form of liquidity grab or retest of this zone, don't we? Really, you know, because we had that liquidity grab up over here, but price failed to stay above or break above. So I think we do need to see some form of pullback, thinking about it before we head up. But I'm just keeping that in the back of my mind. So let's look at the smaller time frames now. 30 minutes still open. 15 minutes certainly did break support over here at 139.5. 550, 570. So obviously there was a very high chance price is going to continue down to the next area. So I think this zone here is irrelevant now, because we've broken the support, price made a high. So just going to focus on the fact that price made a high. We're coming back to a support at 139.450. So we even need this. So we are at a key point now, because we even need this area to be respected as a support, or price is going to break support, something that we saw yesterday, and where this move gets corrected around pre-New York. And then we have a 20 pip range, and then we have further range coming down to 139.150. But price has made a high. Price made a high. Create some support. Higher probability for price to continue up. We now have a clean candle on the 30-minute too. So price is creating a clean candle on the 30-minute to retest this high that has been created. Ooh, looks like DJ's trying to break down over here. This 1 hour candle. Just complete. Yeah, so we need to wait for the 30-minute candle to close, see where it closes. Gold is retracing a bit now. But the thing is these 30 minutes, they can do this. They do like a liquidity grab on gold. Gold does like this a lot, where it comes down, breaks the low, and then continues moving bullish. And it's not really a lot you can do about it. GCAD trying to do like some form of fake out. EJ just ranging completely. I have to say the buys looked good. But yeah, it just wasn't there. FTSE moved pretty bullish. US 30 still moving up. 1 hour time frame also trying to move bullish. After a bit of consolidation there. Sorry, it just came on. If you have already discussed, but what are your thoughts on no wick on the daily for GJ and rejecting the highs on the daily? Think make a lower wick. I highly doubt that the daily candle is going to flip bearish at this point. I must admit, but I mean, it can do. You know, you're not wrong. It definitely can do. But I think at this point, I don't know. It's definitely rejecting the resistance now, but it's kind of tapped into it. It may require some more liquidity, more volume to break it. But I wouldn't be so sure that the daily candle is going to flip. So I don't know, because the 4 hour would have to basically reverse all of this. All of this move up from Asian, London. But I think GJ is coming down now, so that's something. 30-minute candle's trying to break this support also. Thing is though, if this candle closes below support, there is the only way that a sell could work is if the stop was kept above the 15-minute breakout candle for price to continue moving down. Thank you very much for the subscription. So I'm gonna wait the 5 minutes and then we'll see from there. To be honest with you, this kind of close at support, and then, the next one maybe wick up and then break the low, because then that gives us an opportunity, for some form of like impulse entry for price to continue down. I think going to wait for resistance to be created on the 30-minute if it is to go down, and see what the 4 hour is looking like. Cheers, mate. Yeah, no worries. I think the 4 hour is coming to a close in half an hour too. And, we were talking about that this area may need a retest for price to continue further bullish. Yeah, we also have clean candle to the left hand side coming down to 139.250. Look on the 30-minute, also clean candles. And actually, if you look on the 30-minute, this is old information. So, technically speaking, we could correct, from 139.150, right? Because this was the point at which we had this bullish move. So we had this push from 139.150, had a little bit of consolidation. Then we had another push, right? And then now we're trying to correct the first push, so we might have a little bit of consolidation like yesterday, and then a drop, which would be the ideal situation, to be honest. But we don't know yet. We just have to wait. But to be honest, if this 30-minute candle closes above this area, I think it really does give an opportunity for some form of impulse entry if we break the low to continue down. If price can create the next 30-minute create some form of top wick and then breaks this low, I think that could be good. But obviously you have to remember it's like a riskier entry. So I think a good stop originally would be above the previous 15. And then, as the candle's dropping into profits, if it does, then you can look at that. But let's just wait the 2 minutes and then we can talk about that. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. or even the first 15-minute candle to close like a weak bullish, and then for the next one to like break the low of that one and then continue moving down. Something also that can happen. Okay, we got around 30 seconds left. So the 30-minute candle is closing above support right now, which is obviously quite okay. There's two things that can happen at this point. Either this 15-minute candle is going to come down, close below this area, or break the low of the previous candle and continue down, which is going to be... So I think the better way to put it is, either there's going to be an opportunity for, maybe like an impulse entry if this candle can create, some form of top wick first, and then come down and break the low. Also, the fact on the 15-minute time frame, it may even create like a weak first 15-minute candle, which is going to be probably better. And then as the next one breaks the low of that candle, to sell. Just because I find with some of these impulse entries, as we break the low, it may then come back and flip bullish, and a little bit of, it's a little bit more of like a, how do I say it? Like the entry is more, makes you feel more anxious. So I want to wait a little bit potentially before there's any form of entry taken. I mean, I think we need to at least create a bit more of a top wick to be completely honest. That is the 30-minute low. So let's look on the 15-minute. So it is, it's already coming down to break the low. I think the stop could be like 14 pips to continue down, but see, it's literally done it within the first 2 minutes of the 15-minute candle. Something I'm a little bit skeptical of, to be completely honest, right now. So yeah, it can certainly continue down though at this point. So I think I'm going to be willing to maybe miss this move. Not the biggest fan of impulse entries at the moment. Yeah, I mean, they're good when they know when they work, and I've seen this happen many times. But to be honest, a lot of these impulse entries, they can come down. You take the sell and then it retraces, and a little bit of like anxiety starts to build. But I think what I'd rather is more of a top wick first, or even maybe wait for the first 15-minute candle to close. But it can just go, it can just run. I think these sells do look good. It's the last 30 minutes of the 1 hour also. But yeah, I mean, it can continue down, certainly can. So it looks like it already is starting to drop a little bit there. Ooh, yeah. See, the last time I did this, token impulse entry like this, it pushed a few pips into profit, then retraced, and then went, back into profit. So I don't like the fact it's done it within like even just the first 5 minute candle. But yeah, I think people, it should play out. It should play out. I think the sells can play out. So I am accepting missing this move. So yeah, I think a good sell would have been, maybe like the break of the low, keeping stop above the previous 15, and then as this candle comes into profits, you can reduce the stop loss. Do you think 4 hour will create support to continue up again? I think it can do, definitely. Looking on the 4 hour, this area here is probably where we may need to retrace to, which is exactly where we would want price to go to right now, if the sells were to play out. So yeah, sure. But yeah, I'm always first 2 minutes in, I'm just a little bit skeptical. Probably willing to miss this sell. But let's say I do miss the sell and it plays out, I'm going to be looking to, okay, I know it happened the first 2 minutes, but, was there something that I missed that could have made me more confident in the sell? So always got to be willing to do that. Yeah, so we're coming to the 4 hour close as well in 23 minutes. Coming into the 4 hour close. I'm excited to miss it too until it comes back to create resistance. It can do. It definitely can create some resistance. I mean, if we look at exactly how the move got corrected yesterday. So we had support, price came down. The next one closed like a weak bullish. And then as the next one broke the low of that candle, the full bullish move got corrected. So maybe it's going to do the same thing, like create like a minor resistance, or like a weak bullish candle, and then the next one's gonna break the low and continue down. But I think if the first 15-minute candle closes below, then like there's a high probability, for the overall 30-minute to continue. But obviously I'm thinking of stop loss and things like that. Yeah, it's looking like price is probably going to continue down, looking at the structure on the 5-minute time frame. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm willing to miss these sells, to be completely honest. Because something that happened yesterday was, even after that whole move got corrected, where was it? Yesterday was somewhere over here, right? Oh yeah. So even after that move got corrected, once we came back to the level that, was around pre-London, we created support again for price to continue further, but to go back up again. So yeah, I mean, we need to see. Okay, so the candle's coming to like the last 5 minutes. So we're down to the last 20 minutes of the 4 hour, 20 minutes of the 1 hour, 20 minutes of the 30 minute, 5 minutes for the 15 minute. Ooh, looks like it's pushing down now. Oh, look at that. Oh, crazy. Anyone catch those cells? Because that moves super quick. Oh, wow. Came right to our TP. Yeah. UK manufacturing growth improves, but consumer goods industry remains in doldrums. So, I think it was, yeah, because news, wasn't it? We had news Tuesday. So yeah, it was actually positive, but why would that push pound bearish? It makes no sense. Oh, you got on those cells? Nice. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, discussed the impulse entry. Just didn't like it. I would like, if it made a top wick first, I would have been in cells all day. If it came up a little bit more. It just, the last time it done that to me, I got stitched. I got truly stitched. But yeah, definitely we'll take note of this impulse entry for sure. Always looking to improve. Well, I bet that was the quickest money people made. Because that moved super quick. So yeah, looks like the 4 hour's coming back to this area. Oh, the 4 hour may be doing a fake out. Ooh. Maybe I can't remember who it was, but whoever said the daily candle could flip. Just maybe. Your idea is becoming more reality as we speak. But we'll see. Yeah, I'll be secure. I would be secure in positions, to be honest, because, as it's coming to the 4 hour close, it may, pull up. Yeah. Yeah, was it Ryan that said that? I think it was Ryan. Oh, yeah, it was Ryan. Yeah, you may be right there, Ryan. Yeah, looks like those cells played out. Gonna take a look at that after the stream. How I could have caught those cells. Obviously, I knew how I could have caught the cell, but I just wasn't confident. So I want to look at how I could have been more confident to take that trade. But hey, did speak about, if the 30-minute candle closes above, if the next one breaks the low, there's an opportunity for the impulse entry, and it did play out. Just didn't put my money where my mouth is today. Tough to get a confident entry. Could have retraced at any time. Gives clean traffic for buys though for NY session. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I probably should have been in sales to be perfectly honest. Like, yeah, I mean, should have had the confidence. Should have had the confidence to execute. It just, if you think about it, it happened in the first 2 minutes. It broke the low in the first 2 minutes, and that immediately made me feel skeptical. It immediately made me feel skeptical, and it put doubt in my mind. And once I had that little bit of doubt, because I'd already taken 2 trades, then there was no confidence to execute. But I should have had the confidence to execute on that, because it did play out. But yeah, like you say, I mean, we have now 2 clean candles, right, to retest the high. And if this was the 4-hour retest, then, I mean, if support is established here again, then we can continue further bullish for sure. But now there's a lot more waiting involved if you're waiting for supports to form. And but yeah, congratulations to anyone who caught those sells. Are you execute sell? No, I did not execute sells. I discussed the idea before it happened, but just didn't feel comfortable taking the sell. I think that's a good way to put it. Like, I didn't feel comfortable taking the sell. It did play out, but like I said, I didn't feel comfortable. So I think I made the right decision to, miss this sell. But I am gonna look. I'm gonna look at how I could have been more confident to execute on that. It shorted into that resistance zone, which wouldn't give anyone confidence for sales because it easily got trapped into a bad trade. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, how many times do we see a candle break the low in like the first minute, 2 minute, and then, you know, come back up to make some top wick, and then you got to sit and draw down for what? Just because you got a little bit of FOMO. I don't want to get FOMO. I think that's also, you know, price breaking the low straight away, you get in and hope for the best. I want to be more confident in my execution. So yeah, definitely right there, Rory, 100%. Buy valid above 139.450. Yeah, 139.450 buys are valid, but I think your buys, I think probably going to be above 139.250, somewhere over here. Well, today feels like a really long day, I have to admit. Feels like we've been streaming for a while now. Right. I'm just going to quickly run to the toilet because I think, you know, now if you miss these sells, you miss the sells. There's no sells at this point. There's no buys either, so there's nothing right now. Let's check out gold. Yeah, it looks like gold did continue moving bullish. 30-minute closed like a weak bearish candle. So I think gold's going to continue pushing here. US 30 moving up. GCAD moving bearish. So I think people looking for sells, maybe on like GCAD, probably going to be below the support here. Because then you have a clean range to fill. It's going to be the best area for sells. EJ, looks like EJ is trying to break up now, but I think you need to wait for a 30-minute candle to close out of this range. FTSE still moving bullish actually. Big push there. But price can react at 139.450 as well. Yeah, it can react here, but I mean, if you look on the 30-minute now, on the 30-minute we have these clean candles to the left to retest this high, but all you're doing is you're just being aware of this area, you know, that we could have some issues there now because we never form resistance. So when I'm taking a trade, this is the first part that, you know, I'm going to secure position. So let's say you take a buy somewhere over here, you know, you're going to take a buy, you secure something at this area, and then you want to see if, you know, you can let a further position run to retest the high and, you know, the full move. Also, fundamental news on Brexit, tougher restrictions, Debenhams going into liquidation along with other retailers. Yeah, that's true. But I think these things are going to be like, you know, added in over time. These things are going to take, you know, be implemented over time. But definitely Brexit. Brexit's a huge one. So you're right on that one. Especially this week and next week is going to be big week for Brexit because obviously this is kind of getting to the point now where, you know, they're going to announce whether there's going to be a deal or no deal. So How could we sell? Technically, I think if you're looking for sells, you would need like a retracement, some resistance to form, and then look for price to retest this low. But to be honest with you, looking at how what price did yesterday, we had a move up which got completely corrected, and then if we look around 10:30, 10 o'clock, we then created support for price to then continue back up again. So I'm going to keep that in mind, because if we go to yesterday at 10 o'clock, we never created resistance. You see, we made a low, we came up, and then we never created resistance. But if we look at the 4 hour, the 4 hours closing in 3 minutes. But notice how the 4 hour, okay, so this is perfect because I spoke about this before this happened. And we spoke about the fact the 4 hour time frame may need to come back to this zone. And now that we can see the 4 hour candle is closing above this zone, I definitely feel like coming into pre-New York, if support is formed at this area, you have to think maybe we're going to see something similar to yesterday where, these highs get back corrected, and this is just some form of liquidity grab candle, because that's exactly what happened yesterday. On where was it? This candle. The candle was bullish. This candle here was bullish, and then it retraced the whole way down, but then the next candle continued up. So maybe we're going to see another 4 hour candle push up. But we have to wait for confirmation. Need to wait for confirmations. So yeah, 4 hours definitely closing above that zone, which is good. 15-minute time frame creating support. 15 is going to be weak for buys. So yeah. But yeah, taking a sell now is way too risky. You missed the move. This was the move. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to quickly run to the toilet. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So. Yeah, it looks like the 15-minute candle is coming up to break the high of the previous 15-minute candle. Stop is huge. So yeah, probably just going to wait to see how the 30-minute candle closes. New 4-hour candle. Yeah, 4-hour bottom wick created. Definitely agree with that. And I think as this 15-minute surpasses the high of the previous candle, should continue moving up. I'm in a buy on EJ. Is EJ breaking up? Oh, I think EJ broke out. Oh yeah, 30-minute candle broke out. So I think you're expecting the next candle to respect the low of the breakout candle to continue moving bullish. May even want to see a 15-minute candle, you know, closing bullish, creating a support above that range will be also good. Gold. Gold still moving bullish over here. Nice. Yeah. Okay, so the 15-minute candle closed bullish. How did we get to this move technically? There's no move yet. There's no move. You know, price has created support on the 15-minute time frame is a very big rejection, but the stop loss is going to be slightly too big for, you know, how I want to trade. Right? So, you know, the 30-minute candle also is still open. So maybe calling it a day here very soon, to be honest with you. Yeah, so I think there was a couple of moves here today. You know, missed the buys in the morning. Then the second buys obviously played out. But they were very difficult to catch. Like, there was no real confirmation for those buys. It was more like intuition that, you know, the break of the low was the liquidity grab. And as the 15-minute candle, you know, broke its own high, it should continue moving up to 139.780. But actually the sells were the impulse entry right over here. That was the move that I should have been in sales, but missed that move. Perfectly fine. You know, but if this 30-minute candle closes like a strong bullish with a better risk to reward, or as the next one's coming down, maybe that's when buys can be executed. But obviously I need to see how it works on the 15-minute time frame, because something that happened yesterday on the 15-minute was it never made a resistance. It never formed resistance. It continued pushing. So we had the same situation here, you know, where we had a 15-minute candle close bullish. Then we had a weak 15-minute candle. And then notice how the next candle, we was expecting, because it had a weak structure, that the next one would continue down. But actually it came up to break the high to correct some of this move. So there's a couple of things that we can wait for here. But, I mean, personally, I think I'm going to call it a day here soon, you know, come back tomorrow, because like Monday, Tuesday are usually the days that I get, you know, I find the hardest, and I'm in profit for the week so far. You know, I've had a lot of, I've had some, you know, it's been tough so far, but I'm currently up like 250 for the week, which is pretty good. And, you know, I'd rather, maybe wait for something a bit better. And to be honest, looks like we're going to miss these buys now anyway. So, yeah, like it is what it is. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a better day tomorrow, to be completely honest. But yeah, I think these sells should have been taken. These sells should have gotten the sells, but that's okay. Is what it is. Let's just look at gold. Gold is still trying to move bullish. So yeah, like I said, when we had that weak bearish candle close, you know, the next one broke the high and already ran for like 30 pips there. If you use 5 minute, you may find opportunity there as price broke out of range and formed support at 139.25. Yeah, but the 5 minute is so weak, man. The 5 minute is such a weak time frame to get confirmations. So, well, for the way I trade it is anyway. If you're a 5 minute scalper, then you know, you can make it work. What percentage of profits do you aim for per week? I don't really have an aim. I don't really like. I never say, oh, this is what I want to make. This is the return I want to make. To be honest with you, yeah, don't ever really do that. I just focus on. I just take each day as it comes, really. You know, just look to have a good performance every day. Look to take one good trade. If I can't, you know, look to take give the trade a second chance. So yeah, I mean, like, just, yeah, I don't really aim for profits, because I don't want to have a figure or a percent in my head, right? Because then I feel like I'm more pressured to get that percent. So, like, for example, if I'd started the week negative, let's say, then I'm gonna feel more pressured, because I'm like, oh, but I said to myself I'm gonna get 10% this week. Now the pressure's on. I'm down, right? I've started down. I don't want to feel like that. So I actually don't. Yeah, I don't do that. I would say my average is like 5 to 10% a week. Some weeks better than others, but yeah. Yeah, very difficult now to do anything. I think there's no trade now. There's no buy, no sell. Well, there was buys, but the stop loss was just slightly too big. Yeah, stop would have been around 15 pips. Plus, I wanted to wait for the overall 30 minute, but I did discuss once we surpassed the high of that previous 15 that, you know, we had a clean candle to the left, so. I didn't enter on the 15. No, neither did I. Neither did I. What time can I come in the morning, sir? The stream start from 7:30 a.m. So you're more than welcome to come down at 7:30 a.m. What if price creates resistance at 139,450? I mean, yes, it can. It can, but yeah, it can. It can create resistance and then continue down. But I mean, looking at the 4 hour, 1 hour, this area is just, yeah, this area is a strong zone. We closed above this area now. So let's say this was a 30-minute time frame. You know, you would want this 4 hour candle to close bullish for the next 4 hour to continue up, right? So, I mean, I don't think we're personally going to even get that, if I'm honest. Looking at price now, we're already about to surpass the high of the previous 30-minute. And at that point, you know, I don't think there's no sells at all right now. But I think if it does create a resistance, I wouldn't be looking to sell from a 15-minute perspective based on how, you know, yeah, I wouldn't. Not on a 15-minute anyway. So yeah, we'll need to wait and see. But I think I'm gonna call it a stream here soon. To be completely honest, I think I'm gonna call it a stream here soon. Any more news or anything? No, not really. So yeah, it looks like the 30-minute candle is trying to close above this area. Above this area now. If you look at the 15-minute time frame, it's trying to close above this zone. So I would personally say the sells are just out of the water now. What I would say is if it creates some support here, like on the 15-minute time frame, back above this range, then at that point, buys would be really nice to continue up. But yeah, I don't know. Be a lot more waiting involved now. Okay, so if we look at the 30-minute candle, 30-minute candle closed back above 139.450, which is good. 15-minute time frame also closed back above 139.450. So yeah, I think some form of support is gonna be like necessary for price to continue moving up, to be honest. Wow, look at this 15-minute candle. This 15-minute candle coming down. Could be the new 30-minute creating its lower wick to continue moving up. Because that's what it did yesterday, right? If we look at what it did yesterday, it came all the way down. And then as it came to break the high, it continued moving bullish. Right? So maybe something is going to happen here. This is a fair drop. Oh, wow, look at this for a retracement. Wow, look at this candle either way. Yeah, I think everything gets hard now. Because this candle's just dropping.
Might just start ranging now.
Yeah, maybe. Just maybe. Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm gonna call it a stream here in a minute. So yeah. Okay. Oh wow, look at this. Oh Jesus. It's about to break the low of the previous 15. If that's a liquidity grab to go higher, man, that is one grab. No news, is there? Yeah, because if that candle flips, that is just incredible. Ah, yeah. It's going for the daily bottom wick. Yeah, you may be right. Maybe right. Hi. Will buys be valid if the current 15-minute on GJ flips bullish and breaks above the previous 15-minute candle at 139.500? Well, yeah, I mean, if this candle flips bullish now, I think it's going to head to the... I think it's going to go somewhere. But, I mean, you do have to think about stop loss placement now. You know, stop's going to be at least 20 pips. So, yeah, I would agree that if this candle flips, it's more than likely we're going back up to 139.700. But for me now, there's no trade because stop loss is way too big. 30-minute stop loss was the same, isn't it? Way too big, 18 pips. So, yeah, to be honest, that is... Yeah, this is going to be me done for the day. So, let's check out some other pairs here. Just kind of wrap up and, you know, see what's happened where. And then, so yeah, anyway, gold. Looking at gold. Gold is still moving bullish. Still going bullish here. So, I think, you know, just looking back, this was the, like, second opportunity for gold buys, this area here. You know, we had a weak bearish close. Further support formed. I think the break of the high would have been the best entry, but since there we've just continued moving. So this is something I'm gonna obviously look at later on. I'm still just really taking my time with gold, because so many people want to jump in on it, and I've taken many trades on gold, but in terms of the confidence, like, it's gonna take a long time to really get to know the way gold moves. I mean, I've been trading GJ now for like 3 years. And it's taken me that long to like really get to know how it moves, so it's not going to take 5 minutes to do the same. But yeah, gold should just continue moving bullish. GJ, we were just moving a bit ecstatic right now. US30 obviously pushed up, but yeah, it's very difficult. It did reach that target area though, in all fairness. It did continue up. GCAD's kind of doing the same as GJ right now. A lot of mess here to the left hand side. So I think the best sells for GCAD are going to be below 1.73100, because then you have a clean 18-20 pip range. So that's going to be the best place to look for sells. EJ, I know someone's in buys. So the 30-minute candle closed bearish, closed above this area. Looking on the 15-minute. The 15-minute did create some support though. So I think for anyone's in buys on Euro JPY, I think either you need to see this candle close bullish, break the high for extra confirmation is going to continue further. But the fact the candle closed bearish, you may be wanting to take some risk off the trade at that point, but that's completely up to you. And then FTSE's just continue moving bullish. So yeah, I mean, look at this 15-minute candle. I mean, the only trade that I see, but it's going to be super risky and I don't really like it, but I mean, we took that sell beforehand where price closed back below an area on the 15-minute time frame, and then the next one continued moving down. So if this candle closes bearish, maybe like somewhere up over here, then the next one to continue down. But I think I'm going to call it a day here because, yeah, just not really liking it. Not really liking GJ at the moment. So yeah, I had two trades. So I had a buy based on this 15-minute close, which a lot of the time works out. So was confident in that. Candle close against me, right? So I closed positions. Next one broke the low of that candle, so I closed the full position there and like a -3 pip loss. And then as the next candle was coming up, I noticed how it broke in the low, but it broke its own high. And at that point we should continue moving up. So the buy was then executed based on that. A little bit of intuition, not really like an extra confirmation. It was more an intuition experience. So those type of entries, it will come with time. You just have to understand that, because I miss that type of thing all the time. So yeah, happened there, and then it did continue moving up to 139.780 and secured profits. Not as much as I'd like, but price moves so fast. Literally tapped in here and then it pulled back, and I was like, oh, so I better get out while I've got profits on the table. And so yeah, not the best day, but a good day, a day for learning and assessing. So yeah, we can definitely take away a few keys. So I think the absolute move that I wish, no, I'm not even going to say that. So the move that should have been taken, the best move was the sell, the impulse entry right over here. This candle here was the perfect impulse entry. We spoke about why I didn't have the confidence to execute, because it broke the low in the first 2 minutes of the candle, which is obviously very hard to anticipate that it's just going to keep dropping, because from that point it could have pulled up, created some form of top wick, and then continue down. But like, that's fine, is what it is at that point. Nothing you can do. So next time just gotta be more confident. Gonna just keep seeing this type of entry style and how many times it works, and it works a lot of the time. So probably should have just gotten, okay. Anyway, so yeah, it was a good day, a day for learning. I mean, look at GJ now, it's just dropping, and yeah, I don't even know what to make of it, to be completely honest. It makes no sense. Whatsoever. But yeah. Gotta go, mate. Little one wants my attention. Have a good day. I'll be back Thursday. See you, mate. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for coming down. Appreciate that. Obviously we are here every day, Monday to Friday, but yeah, you can come down whenever you want. But yeah, so alright then, guys, I'm gonna call it a day here today. People on the Zoom, thanks very much for coming. I think everyone's taken off there. That's fine. So we'll speak to them tomorrow. Guys on YouTube, thanks very much for coming. I'll see you all tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. GMT.